In this section, we're going to talk about how to really scale your business. So you've got your first deal under your belt, you're earning cash flow, and you want to grow your business, you want to buy more assets. But you've used all your personal funds already. You're kind of at the limit of what you can do to grow, right? So real estate takes capital, but you need to be creative if you want to grow further. If you're only using your own money and using savings, it can take a very long time to grow. So we're going to cover some different strategies here to scale up your investments and grow your business too. The three main ways that you can scale your business is one, having a great team. Without a team, it's very hard to scale. If you're doing everything, your time's limited, there's not much that you can do to take the next step in getting bigger. The next is to use technology. So yes, your team can do a lot of the work, but if you have apps and software and systems online, then it makes things a lot faster and you can scale even more because systems and processes are handled more by technology rather than manually by people. So again, this speeds up how quickly you can grow. And of course, the main way in real estate of growing is to raise capital. And we're going to cover that in more detail in this course as well. But it's just to give you an overview of how it can be used to accelerate your business. So, hiring a great team. As we've covered in another video, you can't do everything yourself. So you want to bring in specialists, A players, and basically link their performance and their pay. So basically, if they're doing a great job and knocking it out the park, that their pay reflects that. If they have this incentive and people know that they have this incentive, that the better overall that you do, the more deals that you do, the more capital that you raise, the more deals you close on, the more profit you have, the better they get rewarded too, then they're going to more likely behave in ways that are going to help your business overall as well, because at the end of the day, it benefits them. People work off incentives. So that could be giving staff a bonus pool or option or some shares in the overall performance of how the company does, because that will then accelerate their work too. If they know they're only getting a fixed salary per month, there's not that much motivation for them to do more or less because they've got a fixed salary. They might do just enough to coast. But if they know that they can get the fixed salary plus a percentage of all of the performance of the overall business and their performance, then they're more likely to want to push a little bit harder because there's something in it for them. If there's nothing in it for them, it's very hard to keep them motivated for the long term. Specialists doing each main aspect of your business is also going to help you scale faster because you're not having to do everything. It frees up your time. And it's key that you support your team with the resources they need. Some people just want to be left alone, but you need to give them ABC so they can just go off and do the job for you on your behalf. Technology. One, to find great deals. So there's great software platforms out there that can help you analyze deals, contact sellers, send automatic voicemails, send automatic emails to sellers, track the deals you're working on. This is all important and you should use as much technology as possible to do the work. If you're manually having to do all of this stuff, manually having to reach out to sellers and make notes on it each time, then it gets time consuming. It sucks away time from actually doing deals and closing on deals. You also want to use technology to track your progress. So every aspect of what you're doing, you want to track, how much capital you've raised, how much cash flow you're getting, how well your business is performing, how many sellers or deals you've looked at this quarter. All of these things you want to track with technology. Technology can also be used to track individual projects. For example, right from the start when you're buying an asset, the due diligence process, making sure that it's managed and operated well, all of that can be put into a technology platform, managed and monitored, so that you can see, one, who's doing what, who's responsible for what, that things are getting done, and that there's a clear way of doing everything each time too. Technology also helps you keep important records and documentation online because many members of your team need to access that information. It can be useful for marketing, a deal you've just done. It can be useful for your accounting team. It can be useful for your acquisitions team to say to other sellers, oh, we closed on 15 deals last quarter. All of this information needs to be easily accessible to your whole team and clear processes laid out, and then that way you're leveraging the technology to help your team work better and your business to work better too. Raising capital. So if you want to own $100 million of real estate, most likely you're going to need around 30 or 40 million in equity and capital to buy that real estate. So if you don't have $30 million just sitting in the bank waiting around to invest, you're going to need to get that capital from outside investors. And so raising capital lets you grow faster, buy more assets in a way that you couldn't if it was just your money. Even if you've invested $1 million and you're compounding at 30% a year, which is fantastic, you're only making $300,000 on that million each year. It's not enough to buy many additional assets. So you either need to work with a capital partner. It could be one person that's very wealthy. They don't want to do the work or the operations. They want you to do all of that, but you basically use their capital to keep buying more assets. You can potentially work with a fundraising company or individual. So instead of someone's own money, you can have a partner that knows a lot of investors that can bring money to the table for you to raise capital and scale. It really helps to have an investor relations team member, someone that has all of the information on the properties, on the deals that you're doing, that can speak with investors, so when they have questions, they can handle all of that and help raise the capital on your behalf. You want to use SEO, social media, LinkedIn, and content to attract investors constantly too. Like in the short term, these things won't have a very big effect. But in the long term, having a presence online, having your voice out there, building trust with investors, people will notice you, they'll see you a few times. If you give case studies of deals that you've done, sooner or later, those people are going to come to you and say they want to invest too. You can raise capital from industry events, networking at investor events. Maybe you do a speaking gig at a certain trade show for self-storage or for investors too. The more you network, the more you meet people, the more you offer what you're doing to people, then the more investors you're going to get over time. And you want to find ways to network with high net worth individuals. That can be at certain social or business functions, certain networking events. It could be that your friend group starts to include some of these people as well. Or you join organizations such as YPO or EO or some of these other organizations that allow only business owners inside for a fee. If someone's paid $10,000, $20,000 a year to be a member of a group, most likely is that that's a serious person and has capital behind them for investing too. So join these groups, join these networking events to raise money so you can then buy more deals, which allows you to scale. Again, without the team and technology part, having the capital is nothing. You need to grow all three aspects of your business. Improve your systems, improve your team, improve your capital raising process as well. And these three things will give you what you need to then scale up your real estate investment business too.
For more information on commercial real estate investing, go to patriotholdings.com. Thanks for listening.